It is NHL Draft Weekend at the Sphere here in Las Vegas. Chris has his official picks, or pick, I should say, at 19 for VGK, and we discuss what other position needs the Golden Knights have with the three other selections on this WTF edition of Locked On Golden Knights.
You're Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hi again, everyone. Tony Cardasco, Chris Golick from Las Vegas. Happy NHL Draft Weekend for those who celebrate. Thanks for making us your first listen every day, and find us wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure to subscribe to our Locked On Golden Knights YouTube channel. Chris, what are you, the something whisperer I saw somewhere? The Locked On NHL Network did a draft, and you selected at number 19 a player by the name of Trevor Connolly. He has been controversial, to say the least. Had a racist post, accusations of saying a racial slur, and a lot of teams would
not painting a
covet
good
him.
picture for me, Tony. Not painting a good picture for me.
A lot of teams would covet him. He'd be the perfect Golden Knight, by the way. A lot of teams, because he's, on the edge, sort of. And yes, we're not going to defend his checkered past. However, this has caused him to drop in the draft. Suppose he interviewed with just 22 of 32 NHL teams at the Combine. He has a lot to do to clean up his act off the ice, but he did have 78 points in 52 games with the Tri-City Storm of the USHL. He did volunteer work and diversity training, a top 6 talent, they say. He is a lefty wing. And what else can you tell us about your selection of Trevor Connolly?
Everything you just did right there. I mean, we know about the past, and I can get too deep into that, but things happen, people learn, and hopefully they get better. Not in sports, but just in life. So I'll leave it at that. As far as the player and the situation, this goes back to, not that this was the best draft pick, but Peyton Krebs' situation. Peyton Krebs suffers an injury just before the draft, like weeks before the draft, if not mistaken, gets his ACL sliced in a freak accident in practice, winds up dropping substantially in the draft. Golden Knights take a shot. And while he didn't necessarily work out for the Golden Knights, it was a key trade piece for, the most important trade in the history of the Vegas Golden Knights in acquiring Jack Eichel. So you look at the situation, you look at the player's stock value, you look at what's happening off the ice, and then you also look at what the player's talent is and where this player would be projected to go in the event everything off the ice was okay, I guess. We'll leave it at that. So looking strictly from the talent perspective and the fact that the Golden Knights can possibly get a mid-first round steal of a player from a talent perspective that has top 6 ability, that's a chance I think the Golden Knights are willing to take. And, I know Jack Eichel we'll use as a slight comparison. There was a lot of people concerned about his character and locker room stuff. Guy gets to Vegas. He's got a solid locker room around him, great leadership. So a player like Trevor Connolly can certainly benefit from that. Not that he probably goes to the Golden Knights in year 1 or anything like that. Maybe he does. I don't know. I doubt it highly. But you look at the structure and the leadership around him, and that can help make him just a better person and, of course, a better hockey player.
Don't get it twisted. I just don't care about the draft from a VGK perspective, because we've seen this act before. Because they turned it into future considerations, and it's just another asset that VGK has, a chip, if you will, to trade to get something else. I like this player on the ice, had the Michigan lacrosse goal I saw. I watched one of those highlights. But here's a guy, too, on the ice. Everyone is, talking about him off the ice, edgy on the ice as well. In the under-18 gold medal game at the World Championships, he was ejected. He was ejected from the game in the finals. So he is going to be dropping like a lead balloon, if you will. And I have to ask you this question. Does VGK trade any of these picks away. I say they stick with number 1 because they want that podium time. The made men have got to be there front and center. But maybe the 6th, the 180th pick in the 6th, then the 7th, they have 197 and 212. These picks, folks, don't kid yourselves. They do not matter. If you're going to the draft, you're going to see this fear, and you're going to say, "Go Knights, go," when they make their selection, and you're going to boo anytime. Well, the Sharks and Celebrini, when he selected, we're probably going to hear some VGK boo birds up in the gallery. But other than that, you're not going to find the next big gem for VGK. You're not. You're not.
No, I mean, and that's the culture that VGK has created, and it's led to a Stanley Cup victory and stuff. So it's okay. It's okay. The funny thing is, you mentioned the comment about what a draft pick, if a Vegas Golden Knights draft pick, means to the organization, and quoting the ESPN article, there are whispers.
What do they call you? What do they say? What do they say?
Here's the quote. There are whispers that Vegas likes Trevor Connolly. I put that out there on Locked On VGK. I don't know if I'm the whisperer or not, but I'll
You're
take
the
it.
whisperer. That's you.
There are whispers that Vegas likes Trevor Connolly and would consider selecting him. If true, Vegas is adding a player with top 10 talents, but no one who might, but one player who might be a non-starter for other organizations in a trade. So they're already basically saying if the Golden Knights draft him, be careful because his stock is certainly dropped. But you know what? Develop the kid. Develop the kid.
Will he be around at number 19? Do you think he's going to slip that much? I'm sure
his projection is anywhere from what I've seen, like 16 to 22. But that doesn't mean anything. I mean, the stock could drop, and
I think VGK.
Yeah, well, I don't know how concerning. I don't know how concerning. You made the comment he only interviewed with 22 of the NHL franchises. I don't know if it's commonplace for these players to interview with all the teams, or if this is just a weird situation. But going back to things, I mean, you do wonder what the Golden Knights are up to. I was just sidebarring in a chat group here, and this is the time. I mean, Elliot Friedman's been saying, just wait, something is going to happen, and there's going to be explosions and just some crazy things happening as free agency looms. Well, now we have all the general managers and presidents and even some owners. Everyone's in Vegas right now. Everyone's under one city. Today, tomorrow, they're going to be under one roof. And then after the draft, they're going to be sitting in center bars and hotel casino lobbies or casinos or, high limit, saloons. And like you said, Tony, that's where some trades are going to be negotiated over the next, 48 to 72 hours. And I really think there's going to be some massive stuff happening, maybe even as early as next couple hours today.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting time. And if you're VGK and you do keep those picks, don't waste it. Do you think they wasted a ton of time on the draft? If you are VGK with those 3 picks in the 6th and 7th round, just pick players from Michigan, Denver, Boston U, Boston College. No one's going to care. They're not going to do anything with this organization.
The Q.
Pick some player. Pick a player or two from the Q. It doesn't matter.
Listen, the Golden Knights.
Don't put the time you put into Anthony Mantha.
No, definitely not Anthony Mantha time. But listen, the Golden Knights do have homegrown talent, or at least home developed talent in the roster right now. Let's also give some credit here. You look at a White Cloud, you look at a Haig, you look at Shea Theodore is not homegrown. You look at a Kolasar. And there's players that are still up and coming. Pavel Dorofeev, Brendan Brisson, both of those players should have impactful seasons, at least Dorofeev, Brisson. I think the only player that makes Tony's skin crawl any more than William Karlsson is Brendan Brisson right now, because
I'm a fan of
super rookie.
I'm actually a fan. I'm a fan of Brisson.
I know. It pisses you off because he's not getting a chance.
And they should have, when development camp begins, like probably Monday, we'll get the release today. When that starts, they need term limits for like the Brendan Brissons of the world to be in development camp. For crying out loud, the kid's already developed. He's ready to go. It's either now or never. Give him the opportunity to play. Trade the kid if you need to, but do something with him. I wanted to ask you too. So San Jose, they are stockpiling a lot of draft picks, and Macklin Celebrini expected to go number 1. No surprise there. I wanted to ask you about what the impact will be of him in the Pacific Division in San Jose. We'll have an opportunity to see him a lot preseason and regular season. And the Sharks also yesterday made a trade with Buffalo. So they took some of their draft picks at number 14 and 42, parlayed them to move up to number 11 with Buffalo. And so they're making some moves. And how much longer will it take for a San Jose Shark team to be a contender or at least have a say in the Pacific Division? They'll improve some this season, but is it a 5-year plan? What are they thinking about in San Jose?
So my buddy Chris Condo shot me a text here, and here's the text regarding San Jose. I like this, so I'm going to quote him directly here. Mike Greer is way in over his head right now. He's traded up 3 spots while giving away his 24-second. He goes from 14th to 11th. Basically, he's saying Mike Greer is kind of scrambling a little bit, trying to maybe make things happen. And then the next text he sends me, he's sitting in a bar. He's actually sitting in Vancouver doing a little Canadian trip right now, my buddy Chris Condos. I'm at a bar. He's watching a TSN mock draft. And then his comment to me, I'm at a bar in Vancouver. Ask me anything. That was in honor of all the stuff you've been saying lately. So Chris Condos with a few gems right there. But I mean, I'm kind of with what he's saying right now in some of this. Mike Greer, I'm not sure. Like the Sharks still don't have their identity or their path, and I'm not sure what it's going to be. Your question is Celebrini's impact. I mean, I don't know, played with the Chicago Steel, put up 86 points in 22-23, and then BU at Boston University has a 64-point season. Great numbers, looks good, 190, 6 foot. I mean, he checks a lot of the boxes, obviously. And I mean, does he have an impactful season? Does he have a Bedard-like season where he puts up a point per game? I don't know. As far as the Sharks being relevant and a team that is contending for a playoff spot, I think if they're 3 years away, I think that's fast. I think they're farther than that.
Okay. And your guy Connolly, by the way, is earmarked, even if he's selected by VGK today, earmarked to go to Providence to play hockey. So NHL players typically,
that's weird.
They go back to college, or we saw that with Brisson where he went back to Michigan. Or they go back into
Jonathan Taves did that with the Blackhawks too, and it worked out just fine.
Coming up next, who walked away with hardware at this year's Yawn? Oh my goodness, it was really bad.
Didn't watch it.
NHL Awards. I just had to watch some lowlights. NHL Awards on Thursday night. That comes your way next right here on Locked On Golden Knights. Passion, drive, and patience. What brings home the winning trophy is also what keeps your ride or die alive. eBay Motors has everything that you need to maintain your vehicle and to level it up to peak performance. From superchargers to roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and much, much more. Whether you're into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has got you covered with over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die. You will always find exactly what you're looking for. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride each and every time, or you get your money back, because with eBay Motors, you are burning rubber and not cash. With all the parts you need at the prices you want, it's easy to turn your car into the MVP and to bring home that win. You get some hardware for your car. It's pretty nice. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. eBay Guaranteed Fit. Only available to U.S. customers. Welcome back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick reporting on this WTF edition of Locked On Golden Knights. Tomorrow, weather permitting. I don't know why I said that, but Chris and Chris Jr., is that show going to happen tomorrow? Possibly, maybe.
I don't know. We got to record our hockey team podcast.
Game time decision.
Game time decision. No, so our really fast enough. I mentioned this, but our house team, our Henderson 10U under Young Guns team, we advanced to the second round of the playoffs. 2-0 defeats on Tuesday night. Big game. The biggest move that this team has made. Little Chris going from a defenseman to a center. We've unleashed a beast.
For future considerations.
Oh, 100%. He's on the radar. There's whispers of the Golden Knights already thinking about taking him.
What do they say? Never mind. Okay,
Yeah, got him.
let's get to. Well, no. So yesterday I was at the Cosmopolitan, and there were a lot of hockey-ish players there. Mad Mike Jones would have had a field day picking fights there at that center bar there. That would have been fun.
Yeah, it's
No, but
good.
there were a lot of hockey players. Shout out to Cedric the Entertainer and the whole crew there. They're there this weekend as their residency continues. So a lot of fun over there at the Cosmo yesterday. Nikita Kucherov, holy smokes. He was having no part. Who was the host of that clip? I don't even know. Some Russian speaking dude. Is it someone I missed? Someone I should know who that
How
was?
bad was this? Like, was it this
It was
bad?
just, well, it was just like Kucherov in the All-Star game, not giving 2 Fridays. Yeah, he could give 2 Fridays about what was happening there.
So
It's
maybe
just,
I'll ask the
you know,
question differently,
what
and
are
I'll
your
tread lightly.
predictions for next season? He's supposed to be funny and jovial, tried to win the cup. And like everything, like literally, they couldn't play off of him. And the NHL Awards is always a snooze fest. I've gone twice in my lifetime. One time at the Palms, some player I think was sleeping under the table, a la John Riggins, passed out and I forgot who that was. And then I saw it again at the Hard Rock, and it was just a snooze fest again. If you're bringing this to Vegas NHL, let's make this entertaining and fun.
I feel like the Rob Riggle year, we're going back to like 2015, was okay.
Yeah,
Like
where was
Rob
that
Riggle was
at?
okay.
Where I thought, I don't know if I was there for Wriggle, but
So what
yeah,
was
they need
worse, Tony?
fun.
And I'm gonna make sure I'm really careful with this one. What was worse, the NHL awards or the debates?
The debate was absolute comedy. No, the debate was 10 of 10. I never laughed so. I thought I was watching stand-up comedy. I never laughed so hard.
The
People
golf
are
handicap. Can we just do forget all
it's
the
a,
election stuff? Can we just do a golf tournament for the to see who's gonna win?
every time we ask each other a question on the show, let's talk about something else. Okay, moving forward, because that was so entertaining. They never answered the child care question. It's like, oh my goodness. Okay, so congratulations going out to Nathan McKinnon and anyone that survived the 90-minute debate and watched it in its entirety.
Good.
Um, I'll say so. McKinnon, a four-time Hart Trophy finalist, finally breaks through as he wins the Hart and the Ted Lindsay Trophy.
Gotta say, do you think Kucherev's All-Star game factored? Like some of the writers definitely threw some votes, not
Perhaps,
threw
you know
some
what?
votes, but you think
Yeah,
that I think I don't
perception,
know if it mattered in
absolutely.
the end, but I think
Yeah,
Kucherov there was too big of a gap from him to McKinnon. No knock on McKinnon, but Kucherov had a great season, and
I thought Kucherov would win.
I thought he would
He-
win too. A lot of people thought he would win. I think the writers didn't forget what happened in the All-Star game, and you know what? If that's the difference, good. And that was brutal what he did. That was brutal.
Yeah, and it was even worse last night with his just non-committal or anything. And I think again, uh, congrats to this other Connor, because everyone named Connor to Connor Hellebuck wins. You know, anyone named Connor, uh, Connor Bedard, you get an award. Connor, you get an award. That's the way it went. But back to McKinnon, though, the reason why they voted for him too. Okay, durability, played each and every game, just 4 points behind Kucherov. But I think that 35 game streak uh, for McKinnon, point streak at home on home ice. It was funny. One of the Denver media people had asked McKinnon about the streak, and he said, "I pretty much at home neglected everything." He said the car was absolutely filthy because he didn't want to change his routine of doing things. He would never fit in with the country club here, where the cars are detailed each and every stinking day. But he had this routine and superstitions. It was just kind of funny and fun. So congrats to him. Connor Hellebuck wins the Vezina and the Jennings Award. Connor Bedard, the Calder, Quinn Hughes, the Norris, and Rick Tocchet, the Jack Adams Award.
Yeah, I mean, it's what kind of everything was expected, really, except the McKinnon Kucherov debate, and that obviously we just hit up on that. So it's listen, I didn't watch any of it, so I'm not coming from the perspective of these are my reactions.
You
But
didn't miss
scrolling,
anything.
no,
You
but
didn't miss
scrolling up
anything.
and down Twitter, everyone is talking about how bad it was, and this is Vegas. Vegas does a lot of things well. I mean, as what the Friday F1 is. It's a good show when you watch it on TV, and in the end, it pencils very well for the city. It's rough at times, but at the end, it's a great show, and it looks good, and it looks really good. Anything in Vegas needs to be, this is the entertainment capital of the world. It's a major sports mecca now, and I mean, whatever else you want to call Vegas. The fact that people are down on something entertaining and NHL in Vegas, that's a problem. And that's a concern. And that's something that does need to be fixed. I don't know what the answer is, but you look at the All-Star, you look at the Vegas All-Star game and then the All-Star game in Florida. They were terrible. The skills competitions were beyond brutal. They were not fun. They were barely even fun to be at, the skills competition in Vegas. If it wasn't my first one, I think I probably would have absolutely trashed it. But since it was my first time going to one, I thought it was kind of cool, whatever. But when you watch the whole production, it was what the Friday. It was terrible. Connor McDavid gets involved, and then the All-Star game in Toronto basically gets fixed. The weekend has better stuff, and they improve a lot of things. So, in short, put Connor McDavid in charge of the NHL Awards show. Let him be the producer. Let him work it all out, and it'll be fun.
Yeah, and Vegas should get more involved if this is emanating from our city. Get some top-notch entertainment up there.
Just
Again,
let the Golden
entertainment
Knights
capital of the
handle it.
world.
Let the Golden Knights handle it. I mean, I
No,
know
they
I've said
sent out the
from
drum
an
bots
entertainment
last night.
perspective.
They sent out the drum bots. That was
Big
their
deal.
answer, I think.
So stupid. But I mean,
No, it's
listen,
great. No, it's great that they got that shine, but I'm just saying, I
yeah,
think that
fine.
was their piece. Hey, we'll give you them. But no, it needs to be something at a much higher level. If they're ever going to bring back that award show, it's an add-on. It's an add-on when they bring it here. That's all it is.
Put the Golden Knights production team involved. Let Tyler and his team handle the show top to bottom, and it would be a remarkable show.
Sidney Crosby and Wayne Gretzky also last night, I've got to point out, called Nathan MacKinnon to congratulate him afterwards. And, the thing about MacKinnon, I saw some of the speech there where, again, he paid tribute to all of the players that have won those awards in the past. And he was just very humble and thankful for once. He was the anti-Connor Bedard. Dude, is he a little snooty?
Which one?
Is Connor Bedard? Is he Snoot City?
I mean, I talked to him a couple times, like in back of house without cameras and stuff, and I thought he was very down to earth and humble.
Okay.
I think he's reserved maybe when you do put a camera in front of him, because the media is always, instead of trying to get, just into the mind of a player, they're trying to get that hot take and trying to set an 18-year-old up to say something stupid. I mean, so I think he just, he takes the Connor McDavid way and says few things and keeps it quick and can't win.
Coming up next, you know what time it is. It is WTF that comes your way next, right here on Locked On Golden Knights. Folks, we absolutely love sports. We love them so much. We never want them to end. But as the playoffs are over now in the NBA and the NHL, we've got a lot of other options here that we need to invest in. And we need to take a look probably at Major League Baseball now. No, we don't. My Yankees are slumping. WTF. But FanDuel, they keep you going with all the sports action everywhere, even like the Copa Cup. And I saw someone yesterday putting out lacrosse lines. It's a wonderful time of year. And this summer, FanDuel is hooking up all customers with a boost or a bonus every single day. So check it out. That's right. There's something for everyone every day, all summer long. So head over to FanDuel.com/lockedon and start making the most of your summer. FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of Major League Baseball. Welcome back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights. Tony Cardasco and the Connolly Whisperer. We come to you each and every day. Thanks for making us your first listen. And please subscribe to our Locked On Golden Knights YouTube channel. So today's the day where you're going to chase down some NHL rookies. Yeah?
Yeah, I think we're going to start by doing some pack rips like poolside somewhere.
Oh,
and just kind of BSing a little bit about hockey, and then we're going to work our way up to the draft area. And I know they're trying to line some people up. I know they've been working the phones with some agents and stuff. And just going to paparazzi it and see where the day goes, Tony.
Okay, get some bottle service in there, and maybe another pitcher of those strawberry margaritas or whatever.
I cannot afford that on the strip. That was $35 at Juan's. On the strip, that's going to be $135.
No, it'll probably be like 250.
I was talking if I got it from like one of those crap places, like in front of the casinos, not in the casino, but yeah.
So that's fun. And today I'm chasing down Las Vegas and New England Patriot Ramondre Stevenson. Supposed to catch up with him, the tailback from the New England Patriots. Who, congratulations to him. He just secured the bag, $9 million a year. They extended him. Oh, what a novelty here, Chris. WTF? What a novelty! They got Stevenson paid off for a 4-year extension going into his contract year. Oh my. WTF.
Was that WTF? Okay, was that's I wasn't sure if that was the angle.
I don't know where I'm going with that, but in any event, that should be on the air tomorrow morning if we get this done. Somewhere between 8 and 9 on the Odyssey stations in Las Vegas, 98.5 The Bet Las Vegas, and 101.5 KDON. Okay, so WTF, VGK, I feel, is in a really bad financial pinch, regardless of what they say. Why doesn't one of the conjoined twins, aka Vegas Bjorn William Carlson, who's been milking this stinking organization since after season 1, Vegas Bjorn right now, okay, if he's an organizational dude, he needs to save Jonathan Marchessault by agreeing to a salary cut.
Can't do that.
What are you talking about? Cut $1 million stinking dollars. He's been milking this money for a long time. Oh, he finally has a decent season. Oh, he did not stop Connor McDavid a season ago. You saw the way this guy shows up, doesn't show up in playoff games. We saw that this year.
Or Alexander Barkov did pretty well, slowing him down. However you want to look at that.
You know what would really burn me the worst way? It would be a WTF shame if Marchessault leaves this organization without making a dollar stinking more than Wild Bill, the conjoined twin.
If Marchessault was willing to take 5.9 AAV, the Golden Knights would sign him for any term that he wanted. Don't kid yourself. My WTF. So Fanatics is now doing the on ice jerseys, which fine. I'm not. I know a lot of people are just that makes them really angry. But the pictures they keep putting out of these jerseys, they're using like a big weird warehouse as a background. It's obviously an AI thing or just a canned background. Then they put the jersey up like, hey, look at this awesome jersey. And then you look at this background, it just looks terrible. Like Fanatics, the deck is stacked against you here right now. And a lot of people are concerned, and it's fine. I mean, whatever. But you can't tell me this is the best you can possibly do for your big, grand jersey reveal. So big WTF Fanatics right there. Another big WTF. A lot of people right now, a lot of emotions as far as what the Golden Knights are going to do or what they're not going to do coming up. But just take this time to remind everybody. Kelly McCrimmon knows what he's doing much better than you, much better than me, much better than Tony, much better than any armchair general manager in Las Vegas. So if Marchessault ends up leaving the organization, if a big trade is made with Shea Theodore and Logan Thompson or Aiden Hill or a draft pick or Braden McNabb, and if a big star comes in like a Mitch Marner or a package of player, whatever it is, Kelly McCrimmon's credit rating is pretty good right now. I understand Mantha was a flop last year, and McCrimmon doesn't hit a home run every time, but the dude goes up there and swings at the first pitch every single time, and he usually connects to some way, and he's done many more good things than bad things as far as trades. So chill out, Golden Knight fans. Enjoy the weekend. This is one of the reasons the Golden Knights are as good as they are, because McCrimmon's going to take a shot this weekend. Whatever that is, I don't know, but McCrimmon's going to be out there swinging. WTF.
Meanwhile, WTF, Jonathan Marchessault named the best male athlete by the Las Vegas Weekly. I thought that's pretty funny because he's getting
struggling hard for content right now, or did Brisson give a phone call? Just hey, one more dig before the weekend starts.
Just a phone call. I bet you already he sent that clipping over to McCrimmon and the Made Men. Are they going to call themselves Made Men on stage? WTF at the draft? Hilarious.
I got one more real fast. Read an article about the Daily Faceoff put out there. Daily Faceoff is wonderful, a lot of great content, but very misinformed article. They're talking about Marchessault and making money up here and everything. The Golden Knights only have $1.2 million in salary cap space to work with. Stop.
Yeah.
The Golden Knights have $6.2 million in salary cap space to work with. Robin Leonard is gone. So when these national reporters are writing these types of articles, just take a second to do the research. Just take a second. So slight WTF for the Daily Faceoff. That said, I don't think it matters. I don't think Marchessault is going to get an extension. And I think this is his last weekend being employed in Southern Nevada.
WTF, Chandler Stevenson, forgotten man.
Who?
Forgotten
he should
man.
Get a milk carton. I don't know if we barely even talked about
forgotten
him.
Man. Forgotten man.
He's dust.
Yeah. No one even talks about him, and he's a UFA. And we're going to take care of that too. Not a peep, not a stinking word about Chandler Stevenson. WTF? Speaking about,
we're not knocking Stevenson. We're just talking about the situation.
No, forgotten man. No, I'm not knocking him. I'm knocking. No. I'm knocking media.
He's got no pub at all. He's got zero pub at all.
His agent, what a shame. He's going to get $5 million.
Who is he? Who is his agent?
I don't know who his agent is.
I'll tell you while you WTF.
Okay, WTF, no word on VGK development camp, if it is indeed expected to start on Monday. A little bit backed up there in PR. So maybe we'll get a press release, I don't know, today or Saturday. I know all of you folks are going to be able, you're so nimble in your jobs. You all have remote jobs, so you could just go out there to City National and watch hockey and development camp. We know that. So let's get to a couple of WTFs here from the fans.
Jason Davidson, I think, is
okay. From @Prescott5787, WTF? Can the wolf cry stop and sign Marchie already? WTF? Same thing with TA Nyman. WTF? Are people trolling VGK fans by reposting the Marchessault extension from 2018? That's been circulating. That's pretty funny, right?
That was pretty good.
It's the boy who cried wolf, same thing, sort of. And now I don't think I'd believe it if he is signed. LOL. Good take there, TA. WTF. WTF. Oh, from @VGK fan in Toronto. So he sent us the audio, right? He was on Sirius XM talking VGK stuff. That was cool. Thanks, Johnny Price. Okay, gang. Hold one, and let's see what McCrimmon is going to do. I don't see a Marner deal happening. Hope he is kicking Ilya Samsonov tires. WTF.
See, I love that. And that's the drum you and I have both been banging a little bit. I mean, that's a couple $1 million in cap space right there. If Aiden Hill is the one involved, obviously. And, I don't know. We'll see, Tony. We'll see.
We got another WTF here from Hubert Jakar. And he says, WTF, NHL Awards. After the Stanley Cup, we only care about free agency, roster construction, and off-season holidays. Regular season trophies, so like the NBA awarded during the first round. WTF there. Yeah, no one cares. No one cares. Just, you know what? If they're going to do a stinko show like that, just hand out the awards. Do it virally. Just do it virally. Somewhere in a room, have 3 people clapping in the background or something. Send out the drum bots, whatever you do. We appreciate everyone tuning in. Thank you so much. It's been a fantastic week. Chris, please do post a lot of stuff there, a lot of content, and share it on Locked On VGK for all the fans to see. Welcome again to all the fans that are coming into town for the NHL draft. It's an exciting time for all of you, just not for this organization. I'm just going to be blunt about it. I'm not.
No, that's how it's always been. And
I hate to sound this way, but I don't care.
No, I don't look at the. Why would anyone in Vegas care about a draft? Besides the fact that let's separate this. The draft is in a cool venue. It's going to be a great experience.
It's going to be an amazing experience. I might try to go on Saturday.
Knights at the draft. The business of the Golden Knights at the draft. Just hanging out.
Okay, of all the teams that draft, before we get out of here, it is WTF because we're never going to end the show.
WTE, what the extension?
WTF, like what team is most likely to stiff the Florida Panthers and not congratulate the Panthers on winning the Stanley Cup. Remember last year, didn't somebody kind of they gave Vegas a facial? They didn't make any announcement congratulating
So
VGK.
stupid. Like
It's dumb.
They have to go up and like make a fluff statement about that. Like, who cares? Go up there, do your pick and get out of there. Who is the award show host that just blasted everybody? Like, we made the comments about you go up there, you accept the award, and you F off and you get out of here.
Presidential debate? No.
No. It was like Golden Globes or something. Just this guy just tore the people to shreds because people go up there and they talk about things that aren't related to the award and accept your award and F off out of here. That's kind of
like that was about 5 years ago.
You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
This year. Yeah, of course.
It was great. It was great.
They never invited him back. Oh yeah,
with the drink in hand, he just torched all Hollywood.
No, have a great time. After I secure my interview, I'm probably going to go outside and just roast in the heat and watch the draft and the Exosphere. I'll watch it out there, and just hang out.
Shoot me a text if you're down in the area, because I'll be down there.
I don't know if I'm going to go there. That was a joke. Okay, tomorrow, possibly the Chris and Chris Jr. show. Thanks again to everyone for tuning in. It's been a fantastic week here in Vegas. Enjoy the weekend. We'll be back again Monday. For Chris Golick, Tony Cardasco from Las Vegas. Please take care.